Yo, what up guys, it's Flark and Fury Warrior. They're kind of taking over the meta, taking over the ladder by storm. You know, DKs play with Fury Warriors a lot, so I thought this was a perfect time to give my take on the intricacies of what makes the build so powerful, what makes them so good, especially with Unholy DK right now, and actually provide one wrinkle to the standard build that I think is an interesting option. A lot of people with the double Legendaries went to Signet of the Tormented Kings, which is powerful, but I don't think it's as locked in as people tend to believe. I think it's a little clunky at times, and I wanted to give you guys an alternative. But other than that, the build is almost entirely the same as to what people are running. I call this the perma-wreck build. It probably is near permanent wreck. It's unbelievable. But it's that standard meta setup other than that legendary, which means if you don't have the meta setup and you haven't seen it yet, this will be a perfect option for you guys to watch over this vid, get the meta setup, and then also play this legendary choice if you want to run my build that I'm running right now. But we'll go right into the talents, of course. We're going to start off with Sudden Death, just a great way to generate rage. You have so much haste that you're going to be proccing this nearly all the time. It doesn't do as much damage, of course, as the Arms Warrior version, but it's a rage generator, and rage is very, very good with Fury, especially with the legendary that I'll show you in just a second. On this row, you can run any of the options. With double time, you can run Furious Charge. If you're trying to not get kited, you can also run the Charge PvP talent we'll talk about in a second. So if you're trying not to get kited and you're going to need a lot of self-healing like against those pesky wizard cleaves, definitely switch to double time Furious Charge. This combo makes your healing absolutely insane and your charge come up all the time. So you have more healing, more mobility, and it's just very hard to peel you. If you're not getting kited, but you still need a massive heal, that's Impending Victory. 40% if you're getting trained by a melee cleave, that's other TSGs. You got turbos, you probably need this, especially if you're playing with a class with a lot of stuns like Demon Hunter. Frost DK, even if you're playing with one of those, that's a huge amount of burst. Not as good as Unholy, but still super fun. 40% of your maximum health ends up being a lot, especially if you've pressed Rally, or you have a stam buff on your team, or just the fact that you get double two-handed weapons as Fury, you can see just makes your health extremely high. So with full gear and full stam, you are rocking huge Impending Victory heals. That's a great option. But if your comp has no stuns at all, Stormbolt is always going to be good. It's a 4-second stun and a short cooldown. If your comp has no stuns and you're finding yourself needing a way to lock down a kill, Stormbolt is still that option. Just ask your partner, hey, do you have a lot of reliable stuns? No? Alrighty then, guess I'm running Stormbolt. Frenzy is fantastic. You need as much haste as possible, as we'll talk about in a second, and Frenzy gives you haste. It's so easy to apply this. You're going to have it pretty much permanently the entire time as long as you have uptime, and Frenzy just gives you even more of the secondary stat that you love so much. War Paint is the general 10% reduction pretty much all the time, since you have so much in rage uptime with Rampage and all the haste that we get. But again, if you're running double time, pair it with Furious Charge. I swear those things are inseparable. You always run these two together when you are running them, because that's just way too much healing that you're going to get from having a reduced cooldown on charge and another charge of charge. Cruelty. This is extremely important. The Force Set even makes this better, and the PvP talent that we get makes this better. This is pretty solid in PvE, but completely unquestionably the choice in PvP, because you have 3 charges of Raging Blow. As you can see, bottom of the screen, that's 3 charges of that. You can reset its cooldown, that's even more Raging Blows, and it just does more damage, which with Reckless Abandon, which we're almost at, is going to be an absolute backbreaker for the enemy team. Your Sustained Burst. You have Sustained Burst damage as a Fury Warrior. I mean, that alone explains to you why everybody's playing this spec right now. Absolutely insane. Bladestorm's a great talent. With all the haste that we have, you get into it and out of it real quick. You can pretty much just immune CC. When you know they're going to try and peel you, do a ton of damage in a short period of time, generate some rage, and immune all CC. It's just a great option. You can Bladestorm Kidneys, you can Bladestorm Polys, you can just get into Bladestorm to prevent a CC, do some damage, get right out of it with full rage, and keep rocking. Bladestorm as Fury is way shorter duration, especially with all the haste that you have, like I said, than Arm, so you don't have to worry about locking yourself into it. You just get in, do damage, get out. It's fantastic as Furious is a great talent. And then the thing that pulls it all together, Reckless Abandon. Recklessness gives you rage when you press it, and greatly empowers Bloodthirst and Raging Blow. When you go into Recklessness, these 3 Raging Blow charges become Crushing Blow charges, which do way more damage and charge you to your target. So if you've ever been sitting there and being like, how the heck is this guy always on me? I can't shake the Fury Warrior. It's probably because he's a double time reckless abandoned gamer who has 6 charges. You can never get him off you, and the entire time he's pummeling your face with relentless sustained burst damage. I know. I'm already convincing you to swap to Fury. I know, you don't have to worry about it. Believe me, so many people have. You'll just be one of them. Don't worry about it. But Reckless Abandon an auto pick, because not only does it greatly empower the raging blows that you get from just pressing Wreck, which you'll have up all the time with the Legendary I'm about to show you, but also from your 4 set that generates Recklessness on a proc. Perma-Wreck build starting to look a little bit more accurate. Yes, you generate Recklessness procs from your 4 set, and those turn your Raging Blow into Crushing Blow as well, making this talent even better. So yes, you need to go out and search for that 4 set, as pretty much every class needs to do. Fury Warrior is no different. Of course, it becomes so much better when you have that 4 set. But PvP talents. Slaughterhouse. Absolute lock-in. You will never swap off of it for any reason. This is a 40% MS when you've stacked it all the way, and with all the haste and rage generation that you get from having Wreck all the time, this is effortless to keep up on them. You've got nearly a perma sharpen blade on the enemy team. Yes, that is so destructive, and I do mean the enemy team, because if you press Whirlwind, all of your single target abilities become cleave abilities, including Rampage, which means, yes, you can stack up Slaughterhouse on multiple people. And with all that haste, it is not hard to do. Just alternate one Whirlwind in before you get the Rampage off, and you have a 40% Mortal Strike on 2 targets. That's like Sweeping Strike sharpened, but nearly all the time. Again, Fury is getting more and more enticing with every word that comes out of my mouth. Yes, that is a 40% permanent, nearly permanent, with uptime Mortal Strike AoE. Jesus, never swap off this PvP talent for any reason. Enduring Rage is what gives you your 3rd Raging Blow charge, so another never swap off this. It gives you more in Rage duration too, which is just so valuable for the uptime of your modifiers. I mean, this is a no-brainer, even if it was just the Raging Blow charge, but it also gives you an extra second on Enrage and 1.5 every time you Raging Blow. So now you're seeing how you have near permanent Enrage as well as near permanent Recklessness. This is where that sustained burst idea is coming in from. If you were ever just curious, why does Fury never stop killing me in 2s? I sit there and I'm always dead. Why are they doing this? Why, Father, am I always dead to this Fury Warrior? Now you're starting to see why. And now you're also logging into your Warrior right now and getting it from 54 to 60 so you can play it as well. I know, it's just unbelievable. Battle Trance as well, very great option. When you Raging Blow twice, which is extremely easy to do, you get pretty much all your health starts regenerating, because with Bloodthirst and Furious Charge, as well as Battle Trance, as well as potentially Unpending if you were running that instead, you just have so much self-healing that Battle Trance just tips it over the edge, because you had some burst AoE healing, or some burst healing, you had some Raging Blow with or Enraged Regen with Bloodthirst healing, and now you have the Raging Blow giving you Battle Trance, giving you even more healing. That said, this is probably your variable option, because the other 2 are completely lock-ins. You're never going to swap off of these, so you have to find something to swap if you need some utility choices, and Battle Trance is going to be that one. It's a nice heal, it's a great rage generation, it's fantastic for your spec, but if you need to swap something, if your teammates are dying, you can run Master and Commander. Like I said, anytime you're running double time, you absolutely can lock in Warbringer with that. I don't think I'd run Warbringer if you're not running double time, but having that extra charge, again, extra charge, lower cooldown, this ends up doing so much damage every single time you lock onto a target. When they start kiting you, not only are you getting more uptime on them, but you're rooting them for even more uptime and dealing damage to everybody around them. Warbringer paired with double time, huge option. And then Disarm, you know. Every class that has a disarm knows that sometimes they're going to run a disarm. It's the same big 3, right? Other warriors, DKs, maybe a demon hunter, absolutely a rogue after kidney. These things are extremely important to disarm. So every class that has one will always use it against those big 3 whenever they see them and they don't want to throw the game. But those are your utility options. You can also play Death Wish and RBGs if you want to just sit in the back, build this up, and then one-shot a team. I shouldn't have said it, honestly, because there's almost no situation you would run this in any competitive bracket unless, I don't know, maybe Bajira does something insane with this and makes YouTube videos about how he one-shot 16 people at the same time. But generally, I don't think anybody's running this in a competitive environment. The downtime, the cost, rather, is way too high. You take 50% more damage as well when you've stacked it up all the way, and it takes a ton of time to stack it up all the way. So Death Wish, it's a total meme talent, but if you want to press it in an RBG, absolutely, you could do 50% more damage, which would be hilarious. So that's also an option, but generally don't recommend that in competitive play. And those are your talents. Leave them up on the screen one more time. These are the big three, but of course I'm going to hover over Warbringer for you in case you're running that Furious Charge. This thing is absolutely amazing with double time Furious Charge Warbringer. And that is the talent setup. And the whole time I was talking about it, I'm sure it got more and more enticing, but just get this, the gearing. We haven't even talked about the gearing yet. You've got the Legendary that we finally get to that I said might be a little wrinkle in what people are generally running. Rampage Strikes, which like I said, you have a ton of haste. You're going to be pressing this button so much. And Whirlwind gives your Rampage Strikes cleave, which means you actually get more Rampage Strikes per press. Reduce the remaining cooldown on Recklessness and Rage Regeneration. So this is where Perma-Rec build comes in. Yes, this reduces Rec by a ton. So you have long Rec, you have Super Rec with Reckless Abandon, then you have 4-set proccing Rec, and now you have a Rec cooldown reduction, which you can get up way quicker because you can Whirlwind before you Rampage with all the haste. You get a ton of strikes in there, and you get Rec off of cooldown faster, which gives you even more single target burst, sustain, whatever you want to call it. But also, if that wasn't good enough, it's even Enraged Regeneration, which is your defensive that you can use in a stun. So while this was nowhere near as good as parry, because it's just a 30% wall, and of course parry deflects every single melee attack, when you reduce the cooldown of it, and you have more stamina, and you have so much self-healing, and it can be used in a stun, then it actually becomes pretty remarkable at helping counter kidney goes, or AoE stuns from a DH, which you'll be seeing a lot of, or extra melee cleave from a melee team. This is just incredible how a Legendary that I think would be pretty solid just to get you more offensive pressure also ends up giving you a defensive option way more often. That is a 1 second reduction with a 20% chance on every Rampage Strike, which again, you're going to be hitting 5 Rampage Strikes per hit single target. And then if you start cleaving, and if you're cleaving pets, you can have like 15 Rampage Strikes per cast, which is an absolute ton if you're cleaving and give this a huge cooldown reduction. So Reckless Defender, the little wrinkle that I put into this build that I think a lot of people are probably going to start running. I know I talked with Clapper about it. He says actually it looks pretty insane. He tried it out, pretty good uptime, incredibly impactful Legendary, super fun. Of course, the 4-set, Raging Blow dealing more damage, getting an extra charge, Raging Blow giving you Recklessness. I mean, as if you need me to convince you need to run your 4-set, but yes, you run your 4-set. Everybody runs their 4-set. Fury pretty much was defined by their 4-set. This entire build of perma-rec action with Reckless Abandon is pretty much defined by 4-set. This is a really good 4-set and you will always run it. The Unity Legendary gives you extra banner duration, which is generally pretty bad. Because the affected one additional ally, it doesn't really apply in 3s at all. It's really great in RBGs, doesn't apply in 3s, so all you get is an additional banner duration, which for arms, it just seems so bad. Everybody was going to swap off Necro when the double legendary came out because Unity just didn't make any sense for Arms Warrior. They all swapped to Kyrian generally, but Fury says no. Fury spends so much rage. Fury has so much sustained pressure that actually, even though the affecting one additional ally doesn't matter, the banner duration gets extended so much, and that 400 mastery and that damage that you get while enraged, which again, from your PvP talents, you are almost permanently enraged, if not actually permanently enraged, ends up doing so much more damage. So Unity with Necro, of course, you're never going to not run it, but that leads us into our Covenant discussion in 5 seconds here. Yes, you are absolutely going to run Necro Banner, and you're going to have so much additional uptime on that. So there's your Unity, there's your other Legendary, your 4-set talk. Of course, you got the double weapons to give you a ton more stamina and stats. You're going to run 2-handed weapons, double 2-handed weapons, because they give you so much more stats overall, and health pool, which is great in a meta this fast. You're going to run Insignia, which I have not pulled on this character yet, but do as I say, not as I do. Grab the Insignia. It is better than Badge because it is more sustain, which is, as by now I really hope you can see, the defining feature of this build, and it just gives you haste, which is your best stat. And that leads us into your best stat, haste. Yes, try and get as much haste as possible with the insignia. I will be knocking on the door of 30% haste. Of course, you always want to stick on that 30% verse mark that every spec seems to love. You don't need to DR for that. It's more than enough to have that 30% healing, 30% damage, 15% damage reduction. You get it all from PvP gear, so you don't have to worry about seeking that out. Even with 4-set, as you saw, I had 4-set on, but yet I still have 30% verse, so you don't have to worry about that at all. 30% verse, 30% haste with insignia. The mastery that you get is going to come from your Covenant ability, so you don't really have to worry about getting any mastery at all. And of course, you have a little bit of crit from your off pieces. It's totally fine. Crit's not that valuable. It does end up doing a little bit of extra damage over the sustain fight, but of course haste is much better for sustain, as all those globals matter. And that is your gearing. Finally, we are going right over to your Covenant. So I was messing around with Emily. It is not ending up to be better at all. So that's fantastic. That gives you guys an answer. No, you were never, I play a lot of Necrolord as a DK. So if you're watching this video and you're a standard viewer of my stream from the DK guides, you know that people always talk about Bonesmith because Frost loves Bonesmith, about Emily, and then never ends up being good. Plague Divisor is just the big guy. So you're going to run that Plague Divisor for Fury. But I'll peep into the Emily line for your conduits that you want to run, because I already have them slotted in. That's the Wreck, lasting longer. Perma-Wreck build, anyone. Rampage has a chance to reduce the refunded charge of Raging Blow. This is extremely good, as we saw how much value Raging Blow gets. And Conqueror's Banner gives you 18% strength. Well, that's a no-brainer. You're going to have Conqueror's Banner up for so long, and you get that another modifier on top of all those sustained damage modifiers. Those are the big three. Those are the three potencies you will run, as well as Inspiring Presence for your Finesse Conduit. And of course, you need that fast cooldown on Enraged Generation, which is called Stalwart Guardian. Right, Stalwart Guardian. It's that big icon of a shield right here that gives you a 38-second reduction in the cooldown of Enraged Regeneration, which is paired with your Legendary to make you have that pretty much all the time. It's incredible how much self-sustain, self-survivability, and sustained damage that Fury has. But you're going to put that in the Plague Divisor Soulbind tree because it just ends up being better in every way. As a DK player, again, I always have to try all the things that Necrolord has to offer, because I swear people are going to ask me, but thankfully I did the research for you. No, Emily is not better at all. Plague Divisor, absolutely without question, is the sustained single target damage Soulbind, and that is the one you will be running. So that answers our gear, our talents, our PvP talents, our conduits, our Covenant. So there's nothing left to do but to show you just how ridiculous it is to have uptime on all these things. So you pretty much never stop pressing Raging Blow, as you can see in a PvP environment. You get your Wreck up, you Raging Blow, Rampage, Raging Blow, you get that Whirlwind in to get that AoE Rampage, and you'll see everything is just coming off cooldown. You get AoE Mortal Strikes, you get Rampage up permanently, you have those Crushing Blow damage. I mean, it's ridiculous. You pretty much always have that Crushing Blow, you always have those Rampage Strikes, and look who's coming up off cooldown much faster than General. Because every time you can see that little jump in cooldown is from those Rampage Strikes. So it's actually going to be, and there's another Recklessness proc, it's actually going to be incredible. You're just going to be pressing Whirlwind, Rampage, and Raging Blow pretty much all the time, just feeding proc damage into your rotation, unbelievable single target sustained damage into your rotation. Of course, the biggest one is getting your Wreck cooldown up faster and your Enraged Regen, which starts at a 1 minute and 22 second cooldown, so you can have this up every 50 seconds, and a 50-second wall that can be used in stuns gives you a ton of heals and 30% damage reduction. It actually makes Fury a lot tankier than it used to be, which is one of its biggest problems. So this is the combination of things. That is why you're seeing Fury everywhere. Again, if you don't want to run Reckless Defender, if you haven't been convinced by this video, that's totally understandable. I personally think it is incredible, but the meta that most people are running is a Signet of Tormented King. So now you have the full meta build, except for one legendary, but if you just switch this legendary, now you have the full meta build, and now you can play the most meta version of Fury, Signet of Tormented King. But I do warn you, it might feel a little clunky to get a Blade Storm proc with your legendary. You could be like, well, just make a cancel aura for that, but then your cancel aura your legendary. So sometimes it feels like you're just rolling a dice, and sometimes your legendary is useless, and sometimes your legendary is extraordinarily good, like when you proc Avatar. So that's the clunkiness of Signet of the Tormented Kings, but of course it's still valuable because if you ever get an Avatar proc, you're pretty much instantly winning the game with an extra 20% damage on all that burst. But mine that I wanted to throw the wrinkle in was Reckless Defender. We'll show some clips here, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something about the insanity that is Fury Warrior right now. And GG's.
Okay, so I'm supposed to enrage stuff. Get out of this. My Stormbolt first.
I trinket those, bro. Sack you.
You just know. Storming that.
I bubble this. I don't care.
You do what you gotta do, buddy.
They're not gonna kill me.
No, they're not. That's Res Ledge. I would assume. You see this? Thank you.
I'm just gonna kill this kid, because why not?
Yep. Sounds good. Seems like it's working. I'm gonna swap back to this priest in 3. A little early. He dies after that to Hodge, right? No, he trinkets. I can stun first then. I stun first and you trink. Hodge just trink. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dave.
Dave.
Dave. I should have lead kick. Ah, nice here, buddy. You have okay. You have banner, right? Right. Fuck. No. I really don't want to die.
Thanks, bro.
I'm doing a lot of damage right now, to be honest. Be perfectly honest with you. Kick one.
We had the same idea.
Storming. I can fear the priest. I should have done that before. I fear the priest.
I bubble this. I don't care. I bop you.
Nice, nice. I got a proc of my executes. Would you like dinner? Yeah, crumble this guy, get his thing off. Charging to him. I blooded in, leaping to him. I can stay on him, man. I got a slow. He's got no mobility anymore. Just kill you.
Oh, I stomped his drain life. So good.
It's actually discussed. I'm trying to get things off, man.
He's fully.
I can't make it negative because I don't do enough damage. Kicked him. Oh my god, dude. He's alive.
He's dead.
He's not. That was a lot of damage in a short period of time. I'm gonna charge root him, slow him. Give you banner, I hope. The range was good. Drink of this. One-shotting him. I'm gonna storm here. Can't get peeled. It's Dark Soul. It's probably very bad. Kicked him. One-shotting him though. He runs out of the dark, proccing his guardian. Exy.
I think we procced it there.
Leap to him. Fear Priest. Charge back.
I might kill the guy here. He's already 1 HP.
Another walk. I Stormbolt him. Oh, it's half. I'm bad. Oh, you're dead.
Please.
You got it, buddy. You got it. He has no cooldowns. I Reflect Bolt. Oh, I should have been later on that. I'd still win though, but that would have been cool. I'm gonna deck on
20% haste on red feels so good.
giving you banning. I'm really sad. I'm in a fucking root, man. Oh my god, let me play! I'm so sad right now. Okay, I'm drinking this.
I bubbled. Sacked you. The most damage.
Oh, please, before he gates! No! No! He's not getting. I don't know. Storming us? I'm in so much trouble, but I'm just gonna send out a little reflect real quick.
I can Hodge, man. Please link me, man. Not again. Hodge this.
We're beyond dead.
Dude, press it! I have to walk away.
Okay. I'd probably die out here. Just kidding, leaping. Oh. Leaping.
You're dead to the bolt. Oh. Ah.
I can reflect the next bolt. Let's be real.
I get a full flash, man. It's actually winnable.
Nice.
It's actually winnable.
We can win.
I have a Weang's proc.
Good.
The most damn. Dude, I just took him to 20%, man.
Charge slowing in. No! I don't even like Rogue Mage players. I mean, Mage Lock players. Are you dead? Because I sure hope that you're not. Because I like you, man. Wait,
Maybe
I have
we
damage.
need to Hunter the Druid at some point.
I have damage, though. For this Warlock.
Copy.
We can hit him, man. We can do a ton of damage. I'm storming them both, man.
Yeah, we Yanks proc.
Time to win!
I do so much more
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna fear their whole team right here and give you banner. Go, buddy. I'm gonna kick this off and Stormbolt. I Stormbolt the Windwalker kill. It's Papa. It's Karma on you, man. Uh-oh. I trolled.
Double this, bop you.
Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm getting back to him, obviously. He's taking a lot of them there. Oh, I could have charged that, man. Back to the Windwalkers, Mom.
Yeah, he dies in this.
Okay. Oh, boards. Okay. I'm trying to get to him. I'm pretty slow right now, but
The most
I'm
damage.
not. Yep. Back on him. Wow. Don't have a thing right now. I can reflect the next bolt if it comes. Leap. I can't even slow while I'm disarmed. Jesus. Okay. Holy hell. I'm gonna fleshcraft over here, and you're gonna get one too. Nice. We got both kicks. Charging him. Get out of the sphere. I'm gonna reflect. Oh, okay, I'm not going to because it's not casting.
I'll get there soon.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna Stormbolt him right now, man. Hopefully you're able to get here. Storming.
Really good damage for me.
Yeah, super good, man. I have a lot of damage. Nice, it's really good having those cooldowns back up faster. Even if we didn't win right there, I had everything coming back. Good. Fear him on his fists. Just trying to play it out. Kinda weird. Priestess Hex. Wow, dude, holy. Okay, on my way to the priest. I actually have no trinket.
Yeah, no, I'm just not trying to get hunted out by this guy right away.
Stormbolting this guy. And just try and get my cooldowns back up with the legendary. It's Karma. I have trinket now. Serenity, one-shotting you. Oh, intervene you. And I get into the link. Sheesh, man, no wonder they play it out. Fuck is that?
Dude, what? Oh my god.
Wow. That's sad, bro. That's actually really sad. Stormbolt has fists. That's ridiculous, man. Dude, I can't hit him. I guess. I have banner right now. Just gonna port away a bunch. No, please let me get to him. I can Stormbolt him right here. Kill. Dead.
Kill him. Nice.
So on him for you. Oh, he's actually roared. Okay, get a slow on him. Okay, setting up and banner you and go hard. I fear that feral.
Pretty dumb.
He trinketed. It's kind of good. We're going through this. Yo, I can Stormbolt the feral. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him.
Yeah, big dumb.
Yep.
Really good, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
Sure. I bolt him now and I leap over. Shatter. He's gonna get it, I think. Oh. Yeah, he disarmed it.
I bopped
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I see what happened. It's fine.
Charging over.
Freedom,
That's
yeah.
looking
I kicked Hex. I'll
super
sack you
good,
here.
super good.
I'd pre-sack this. Should just kill him now. Or not.
I have a lot of damn still, man.
Yeah, I'm destroying.